here. If you tuned into the Root Reaction, it was not there. I was in beautiful paradise in Hawaii, but I'm back. Aloha, mahalo. Had a wonderful time and glad to be back in Vegas. Why? Because I missed you guys. I missed doing this show. All right, let's talk about the sponsor of this show, by the way. Sponsor of this segment is Advantage Gold. I love gold for the protection it gives, but I also think it's one of the most valuable assets you can own. How valuable? You be the judge. From January 2000 to August 2024. And I know I got to speak to the guys at Advantage Gold and update this because they did it for me in August, right? But from January to August, I got to start saying from January to December. But from January to August, if you invested $100,000 in the markets, the Dow was up 239%. S&P was up 284%. NASDAQ soared 338% during that period from 2000 to 2024. Gold skyrocketed 763%. And that $100,000 invested in gold could have turned into $863,000 for you. That's why I scream gold from the highest rooftops. I'm a gold bug, they say. I love gold, and I have for 25 years. And who you buy your gold from matters, which is why I buy mine from Advantage Gold. They were awarded the #1 gold company in America by TrustLink for 9 years in a row. They just got their 9th year in a row designation. They've done over $1 billion in retirement transactions. And they're the only gold company in America with audited third-party financials, and they have zero negative complaints with the Better Business Bureau. How many national companies have zero negative complaints while they're selling $1 billion of something? Pretty amazing. My friends at Advantage Gold have produced a free guide on protecting your wealth with gold, so no cost, no obligation, cost you nothing, yours free, no strings attached. That's the way I do things. Just text ROOT to 85545. My name, Root, R-O-O-T, to 85545, or scan the QR code on the screen. It takes you right to their website if you scan it with your cell phone, or call 800-450-2566, 800-450-2566. Tell them I sent you, and you could qualify for up to $1,000 in free silver. All right, we've got our guest with us. One of the most high energy people I've ever met. She's the only person that can meet my energy on the air. So I think she's great. Brigitte Gabriel, super smart too, but what energy, man. National security analyst, chairman of actforamerica.org, a great organization she's built, powerful, that really fights for conservatives and gets things done. That's the key. New York Times bestselling author. Her latest book is called Rise. And let's see that energy, Brigitte. What's going on? How are you? Happy New Year.
Yay! Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be great next 4 years. I'm on cloud 9. I can't wait for January 20th. What a great time we live in.
Well, I'm probably a little more cynical than you. You know what? I've always called myself a positive cynic because I've got great positive attitude like you. I'm always high energy and I smile a lot. But I'm also very cynical because I'm from New York, right? So I've seen every scam and I've been around lots of criminals and thugs. So I'm kind of a positive cynic. I'm always expect the best, but prepare for the worst. So I think it's going to be great and Trump's going to prove to be the greatest president maybe ever in the history of America. But the enemy is out there, Brigitte, and they're going to fight us every step of the way. It's not going to be easy. Trust me. We're not going to walk in and get Canada, Newfoundland, and the Panama Canal tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of fights along the way from China and Russia and Mexico. And boy, there's going to be a lot. So I think we'll win in the end. I'm very positive, but I'm cynical that along the way, boy, are we going to have some problems. But let's thank God. We have Trump as president, right? Thank God.
Right. We have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the presidency. And boy, the war just started. If you think we elected Trump and now we can sit on our behind and enjoy watching television and everything is going to be great, you are wrong. Because the left is going to come out swinging with knives, just like they did the last time. And we're going to have a war from within and from without. The only difference now is our enemies do not underestimate Trump. They understand Trump. So at least our enemies are standing on their toes. We already, look at the Trump effect already in our country right now. Look at Zuckerberg today.
And Canada.
The video that
and Canada.
Finally, you and I are going to have our followers increase on Facebook again.
I hope. I hope. So, always take it with a what's that word? What did Reagan say? He
Grain
said,
of salt. Take it with a grain of salt.
Caution. Trust, but verify. That's what Reagan said.
Right.
And I don't trust Mark Zuckerberg. So he says we're going to have all our fans back and no more shadow banning of Facebook. We'll see. The jury's still out, but it looks good. And it's a lot better if, listen to this. What if Kamala had won? Can you imagine what today would be like and what announcements would be? Zuckerberg is not on our side. He's just acting like that. He's sucking up to Trump, giving him money for his inauguration. He put Dana White on the board of directors. If Kamala had won, he'd be putting communists on the board of directors. And you and I, SWAT teams would be coming to our home right now to arrest us. Boy, did we dodge a bullet.
You're not kidding, because they came after us when Biden got elected. I do not know if you know my story with the IRS. The IRS was Biden took office on January 20th. February 15th, the IRS was banging on my door. We couldn't talk about it. Wow. We were under gag order. They went after conservative leaders of the heads of organizations as soon as Biden took office. It was a battle I had to fight for a year. They wanted to throw me in jail. They weaponized the government, the FBI, the Department of Justice, the IRS. They came after all of us. Thank God we have Trump. Thank God we have Kash Patels to take over the FBI. And this is exactly why, by the way, Wayne, we need to make sure we support President Trump and his nominees. We need to put pressure on Congress to approve the appointment of all President Trump's nominees. And I urge people to go to our website, actforamerica.org right now. Sign up to get our emails and action alerts. We're going to be mobilizing our people nationwide. We have technical tools where you can direct emails to your elected officials to make sure that members of Congress will go through the approval process without a glitch and confirm all President Trump's appointees so that when he takes office January 20th, everybody can be in place and we can hit the ground running to take back and reverse the damage that Biden did in the last 4 years.
And that's what you do with your organization, actforamerica.org. You mobilize millions of conservatives to send letters or emails to their congressmen or to the whole United States Congress, and you make it easy for them to do that, correct? Because that's a hard thing to do.
That's exactly right. That's exactly it. We have a tool called Act Now Campaign. We monitor all the bills coming down for a vote, bills on the federal level or the state level, or when it comes to important things like nominations or passing bills. Look at the Laken Riley bill that passed today. We mobilized hundreds of thousands of phone calls to Congress. Well, our philosophy is this. If our elected officials are not willing to see the light, we want to make them feel the heat. And the reason why most people do not call isn't that great? And the reason why most people don't call their elected officials is because they think, oh, Brigitte, what is my voice going to count? I'm a nobody. I'm a one person. My elected official needs to hear from 40,000 people before they do something. Wrong. All it takes is 40 to 50 calls to an elected official on the federal level from them to hear about a certain topic from 40 to 50 people. And here is the science behind the numbers, Wayne. They believe one phone call or one email represent 1,000 voters. Right? Right. Yep. They believe if one person makes a phone call, he or she are representing 1,000 couch potatoes who feel the same way but are too lazy to make a phone call or write an email, but they vote on election day. That translates to 40 to 50,000 voters on election day. That can make or break an election. Your voice matters.
I love it. And that's, by the way, I think I'm the only host in America who gives out his email on the air and reads every single email and answers most of them, because I think every email sent to me represents, I'll say 10,000 people. Let's not say 100,000. So I get about 1,000 emails a week from viewers at Real America's Voice. Multiply that times 10,000. You see how many voices I try and listen to every single week. And I understand how important those voices are. I wish politicians understood. You're not elected for your own opinions. You're there to represent your people.
Right.
So if your opinion is different than the people, and you get thousands of emails, that means you're on the wrong side. You better change. And these rhinos, Brigitte, They never get it. They don't listen. The McConnells of the world, the Paul Ryans of the world, and all these people in Congress now that are never Trumpers, they don't get it. Trump it's the party of Trump now. It's not the GOP.
Right.
It's the POT, party of Trump. And they don't get it. It's not their party anymore.
They're going to get it, and they are getting it. I think this last election put the fear of God inside people in our country on both sides, because they realize the American public is fed up with the status quo. The American public want the America that we remember 30, 40 years ago, not the America of the last 20 years that has been in decline, rotting from the inside. Thank God we have enough people with enough sense to say, with a resounding voice in November, they voted for Trump. We won the Electoral College. He won the popular vote because the American wanted to send a great, clear message to our representative, because after all, this is a representative government. You representative, as a member of the House and Congress or the Senate, you are the House of Representatives. We pay your salary. We work so you can sit up there. And if you're not going to toe the line, if you're not going to listen to the voices of the people, we're going to kick your behind out. And President Trump and the MAGA movement proved that in November, and we're going to continue to prove it. America is not going to go back to the way things used to be. I believe that strongly, Wayne. Even after President Trump finishes his term and whoever else is going to run, it's going to be the Make America Great Again movement. There's no backing down. He started the movement, but the movement is going to continue beyond President Trump.
I love Brigitte. See why I love Brigitte? Because if you put her and I on the same stage together, people's heads would explode. Can you imagine liberals in an audience, 10,000 liberals in an audience with you and I on the stage speaking, Brigitte? Oh my God, they'd run for the exit screaming, fire, fire. It'd be the funniest thing ever. She's a spark plug. You're great.
You know what I say? 2% of the passionate will always overrule the 98% indifferent. And that's why
Brigitte,
people like you, like me, like President Trump, like the many patriots that you and I know, our friends, who are on fire, those are the people who change the world. Not the people who are sitting on the sideline thinking somebody else is going to do it. Oh, I vote on election day. Oh, no. It takes much more than voting on election day. It takes engagement. It takes activism. It takes being informed. And it takes having the fire in your belly to make it happen. The same principle that applies to business applies to politics.
I'm with you. And by the way, the American Revolution was won by 2% of the population. The other 90% never even got involved, or they were on the British side. 2% won the American Revolution. So there it is. Hey, Brigitte, they're screaming about you. We got to go. Let me make sure everybody knows Brigitte Gabriel is the chairman of actforamerica.org, New York Times bestselling author. Her latest book is Rise, and you can tell everyone she's Wayne Root's favorite. Thank you, Brigitte.
Thank you, my friend. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. All right, we'll be right back. I'm Wayne on the Root. This is The Root Reaction. See you in a sec.